गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। शारदा शारदाम्बुज वदना वदनाम्बुजे सर्वदा सर्वदास्माकं सन्निधिं सन्निधिं क्रियात् सन्निधिं सन्निधिं क्रियात् सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरं लोकशंकरं शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकतातं तपोनिधिम्। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। अचतुर्वदनो ब्रह्मा द्विबाहुरपरो हरिः अभाललोचनः शम्भुः भगवान् बादरायणः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। लीड भाष्य। वेदान्तमीमांसा शास्त्रस्य व्याचिख्यासितस्य इदमादिं सूत्रम् तत्र अथ शब्दः आनन्तार्यर्थः परिगृह्यते न अधिकारार्थः ब्रह्मजिज्ञासायाः अनधिकार्यत्वात् मंगलस्य च वाक्यार्थे समन्वय अभावात् अर्थांतर प्रयुक्तः एव अथ शब्दः श्रुत्या मंगल प्रयोजनो भवति। पूर्व प्रकृत अपेक्षायाश्च फलतः आनन्तर्य व्यतिरेकात् सति च आनन्तार्यर्थत्वे यथा धर्म जिज्ञासा पूर्ववृत्तं वेदाध्ययनं नियमेन अपेक्षते एवं ब्रह्मजिज्ञासापि यत् पूर्ववृत्तं नियमेन अपेक्षते तत् वक्तव्यम्। स्वाध्याय आनन्तर्यं तु समानम्। ननु इह कर्म अवबोध आनन्तर्यं विशेषः न धर्मजिज्ञासायाः प्राग् अपि अधीत वेदान्तस्य ब्रह्मजिज्ञासा उपपत्तेः यथा च हृदयादि अववादनानाम् आनन्तर्यनियमः कर्मस्य विवक्षितत्वात् न तथा इह क्रमो विवक्षितः शेषशेषित्वे अधिकृत अधिकारे वा प्रमाणाभावात् धर्म ब्रह्म जिज्ञासयोः फल जिज्ञास्य भेदाच्च अप्युदय फलं धर्म ज्ञानम् तच्च अनुष्ठानापेक्षम् निःश्रेयस फलं तु ब्रह्म विज्ञानम् न च अनुष्ठानानन्तर्यापेक्षम् भव्यश्च धर्मो जिज्ञास्यः न ज्ञानकाले अस्ति पुरुष व्यापार तंत्रत्वात् इह तु भूतं ब्रह्म जिज्ञास्यं नित्यत्वात् न पुरुष व्यापार तंत्रम् चोदना प्रवृत्ति भेदाच्च या ही चोदना धर्मस्य लक्षणम् सा स्वविषये नियुञ्जान्नेव पुरुषम् अवबोधयति। ब्रह्मचोदना तु पुरुषम् अवबोधयति एव। केवलम् अवबोधस्य चोदना अजन्यत्वात् न पुरुषः अवबोधे नियुज्यते। यथा अक्ष अर्थ सन्निकर्षेण अर्थ अवबोधे तद्वत्। तस्मात् किम् अपि वक्तव्यम् यत् अनन्तरं ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा उपदिश्यते इति उच्यते। नित्यानित्यवस्तु विवेकः इह अमुत्र अर्थ भोग विरागः शम दमादि साधन संपत् मुक्षुत्वं च तेषु हि सत्सु प्रागपि धर्म जिज्ञासायाः ऊर्ध्वं च शक्यते। ब्रह्म जिज्ञासितुं ज्ञातुं च न विपर्यये। तस्माद् अथ शब्देन यथोक्त साधन संपत्त्या अनन्तर्यम् उपदिश्यते। We saw yesterday, did you see the points in this? What I saw yesterday? In the At Shabd Mimamsa, what was mentioned was from this Bhashya only, put in a simpler words. So if you remember, the At Shabd was going on, At means thereafter. And thereafter word has been mentioned by Bhashyakara as Sadhan Chatushtay Anantaryam. At literally will mean Anantaryam, thereafter. And in this thereafter means whereafter. So thereafter was mentioned by Bhashyakara that after having the fourfold qualification, one should do the vichar of Brahman, athato Brahma Jigyasa. To this point, there were objections raised by some Purupaksh. And this Purupaksh uses the Purmimamsa. And he says that the At Shabd does not straight away mean sadhan sampatti anantaryam, but one should practice Purmimamsa, and after practicing Purmimamsa, one gains sadhan chatushtay, and then one should enter into the inquiry of the Brahman. This point I was refuted, if you remember, by Bhashyakar by few reasons. So first reason was given Vyavichar Dosh. In Vyavichar Dosh there were 2 points, that even after going through Purmimamsa, going through means studying and practicing, there is no surety that the person will gain sadhan chatushtay sampatti, because his attention may be on amutra lok, swarg ityadi. And second objection was that if somebody is already born with the sadhan chatushtay, to make him again go through Purmimamsa, it will be Pishtapeshanam, it will be wastage of time. So this was one reason. Then there were three more reasons which had the Gyan Karma Samuchaya, which was mentioned in the Bhashya, if you had carefully heard. So there is a between Gyan that cannot be combined. The Gyan and Karma cannot be combined because of Vishaya Bhed, because of Prayojan Bhed, and because of Pravritti Bhed. See, it was written here also, same thing has been mentioned. So Vishaya of the, so this cannot be combined, and therefore don't try to combine the Purmimamsa and the Uttarmimamsa. Don't say that you should practice the Purmimamsa and when you have time you can do the Uttarmimamsa then. Here combining means by same adhikari, both are done at different time. Same person is doing it sequentially. Combining is that. So because Vishaya of the Purmimamsa is Bhavya Vishaya and the Vishaya of Uttarmimamsa is Bhut Vishaya. Bhavya means I want something in the future and Uttarmimamsa is here only. The Vishaya of the Purmimamsa is Anatma and the Vishaya of the Uttarmimamsa is Atma. You had heard this. Vishaya of the Purmimamsa has Kartrutva and relationship, and Vishaya of the Uttarmimamsa negates the Kartrutva and relationship. So because of the absence of the Vishaya, they cannot be combined. Combination is possible in similar nature things. Opposite nature things like the sunlight and the darkness cannot be combined. The combination is not possible. They can't coexist. Like cold ice and hot fire can't coexist. One will be gone. Either fire will go or the ice will go. They cannot coexist. If you put the fire in the ice, either fire will extinguish and only ice will remain if the ice is big, or the only fire will remain and the ice will evaporate. But their coexistence is not possible because they are opposite in nature. Like dream state and waking state cannot be simultaneously. We cannot work in both simultaneously. At the same time, you can't work in the dream also. Well, my dream work is remaining and waking, I will go and come, both I'll do simultaneously. I am good in multitasking. So you cannot do both together. So this is called Vishaya Bhedat. The Prayojan Bhed is the Phal Bhed. The Phal of the Purmimamsa is some lok is there. Is at Tad Desh and Tat Kal. The Phal of the Uttarmimamsa is Iha Desh and Iha Kal. It is moksha only. The Phal is the Atma and there the Phal is Anatma. I have already taken, therefore I am hurrying up. Then Pravritti Bhed, the Purmimamsa, is full of instructions. The Vedas say, do this, after that do this. Therefore, Chodana Lakshana. If you see the Bhashya, it was mentioned as Chodana Lakshana. See the page 34, you see Chodana Pravritti Bhedacha. So, it has been centered. Do this, don't do this. Kurvita. Constantly you have been said. And here, all the doing has been taken away. It is more a bodhakam and natu pravartakam. So in the Vedanta section, Vidhi word has been used. Tadeka brahmatvam vidhi nedam yadidam upasate. Know that. So in knowing there is no action involved. And in the pravritti, there is a action involved. Okay. So this is the three differences which was mentioned between the Karma Kand and Gyan Kand. And therefore, please do not combine the Purva Mimamsa and the Uttar Mimamsa together. Then he said, okay, so let us see, there is a sequence between the two. That first you should do Purva Mimamsa, then only you can do Uttar Mimamsa. Supposing I say like that, then what is the problem? He said there is also a problem in that. Because whenever you do some ritual, many rituals when you do, then the two questions are there. Are you doing it simultaneously or you are doing it sequentially? If you are doing it simultaneously, many rituals cannot be done by one karta. Says, ठीक है. You hear everything and then you hear this bhashya, you will see how easy it will become. So if there are many rituals, today's discussion will be little technical, so don't get little confused. If you are confused, then don't worry. You know the meaning. Atha means only sadhan chatushtya anantarya. But I will go through little technical details because maybe you will catch it. Why should I undermine? Who knows who will catch it? A class should be for everybody. Somebody who wants more, something more new, something more advanced, and also for somebody who wants to have a very basic knowledge also. So I will not see the more advanced portion. You know, this word has been used in the Bhashya. I am reading the Bhashya every day so that you are familiar. Shesh Sheshitve word has been used. Adhikrit Adhikari word has been used in 32nd shlok. Ab he only uses the word and moves ahead. That means he expects we would have been knowing it. So I will now give you the introduction of what is this things is there. Page 32 shlok is there. I will base mainly on Bhashya and Ratna Prabha Tika. I will put more in English and in simplified manner. It is better if you can make your own notes. Brahma Sutra is very, very descriptive. Description is too much. It is Yukti Pradhan. So you won't get shlokas, Brahma Sutra, this shloka. See, one word is challa, abhi Atha is going on. Atha and Brahma Jigyasa has yet to come. So it is said now, if rituals are done, many rituals are there, there has to be one karta if there are many rituals to be performed. Otherwise the fruit won't come to one karta. So if there is a samuchaya of rituals, samuchaya means combination of rituals. So two questions are there. Are they performed sequentially or simultaneously? So it is said by if you say simultaneously, then whole thing will become anek kartrikam. So anek kartrikam is not required because phal I am talking to the one karta. Mukhya karta should be there. So ek kartrikatvam is the condition for the kram. So kram means sequence. So one sequence should be there for one karta who does ritual one after another. One ritual, then another ritual is there. Then how do you know that many rituals are to be performed by only one person and not many persons? This, it is said there are three conditions. And these three conditions are mentioned here. What is the first condition? First condition is called Ek Pradhan Sheshatvam. Ek Pradhan Sheshatvam. Second condition I explain. Second condition is called Shesh Sheshitvam. And third condition is called Adhikrit Adhikaratvam. Three conditions I said. One is ek pradhan sheshatvam. Second condition is called shesh sheshitvam. And third condition is called adhikrit adhikaratvam. Adhikrit adhikaratvam. All these are technical words. That means it has to be defined. What is the meaning of ek pradhan sheshitvam? Now understand this. If many rituals are subsidiary to one ritual, if many rituals are subsidiary to one ritual, okay, that means one ritual is main, all other rituals are, what shall I say? All other rituals are subsidiary, that means they are required to go to the main ritual. Like eating, supposing I say eating the food. Eating the food is main, but going and picking up the plate, washing your hands, standing in a queue, these are subsidiary. So main is eating. But doing all these subsidiary things, that is secondary things which are required to fulfill the main purpose. Taking the plate is not the main purpose, or washing is not the main purpose. But all I am doing for one. This is called eka pradhana sheshatvam. So subsidiary rituals, and here it happens that subsidiary ritual should be performed by one person who is doing the main ritual. One who has to eat the food, he alone should take the plate and wash his hand. It's not that I wash the hand for him to eat. That is not possible. Because saman kartrikatvam is required. Saman kartrikatvam means one doer is required. One who is a subsidiary doer, he alone can be the main doer. Okay, got my point. This is called ek pradhan sheshatvam. Ek pradhan sheshatvam. One doer is required in the ritual. Very simple. Don't think it is any complicated. Then second was shesheshitvam. What is the meaning of shesheshitvam? Where shesh sheshi sambandh is there. What is the meaning of shesh? If there are rituals where one is subsidiary and other is main, only two rituals are there. In one many subsidiary was there and one main was there. But here there is only one subsidiary ritual and there is a one main ritual. Okay? That is called Shesh Sheshitva. Like if you do Durga Saptati Path. So before Durga Saptati Path, you have to first do Achmanam. Then you have to do Shap Vimochan. Durga Saptati has been cursed. So you have to do some mantras to remove the curse. Then you have to do Kavacham. Then you have to do Argala. Then Kilakam. Okay. Then Ratri Sukt. Ratri Sukt is there. After doing those things, then Nyas. Then you do the main Sapchati part. So this is called Ek Pradhan Sheshatvam. You cannot say that somebody else should do the other one and I will do the main one. You cannot say like that. And then Kunjika Stotram is there. Am, Reem, Reem, Shat. So all this has to be done by one person only. There is one karta for that. Got my point? Well, okay, you do the initial things, I'll come after half an hour. When you have done, you complete. So you won't get the fruit of that. You alone have to do it. Now if Shesheshitvam is there, that one who is only one subsidiary is there, and there is one main ritual is there. One subsidiary is there, one main ritual is there. Supposing you do simple jap. Simple jap you want to do of Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, only one jap you are doing. Or Om Trambakam Yajamahe, so just do Achman and you can do the jap. That is called Shesheshitvam. Or you just do Viniyog. Viniyog is one step before this. Who is the Rishi, who is the Devata, what is the Chand, and what is the Prayojan. So 4 things you just tell, and then you can start your jap. So it's called Shesheshitvam. But Viniyog, only one who is doing the Viniyog, he alone can do the jap. Because his Prayojan, his purpose only has to be put in Viniyog. Okay? This is called Shesheshitvam. But in that, jap is main and this is subsidiary. Viniyog is not important. But that is main one. But this sankalp taking is called the subsidiary, or the taking of Viniyog is subsidiary. I hope it is clear. But both should have one karta. This is called ek kartrikam. And third condition is adhikrit adhikar. Adhikrit adhikaratvam. Supposing there are 2 main rituals and none of them is subsidiary. So Vedas say the person is qualified to do only main ritual only if he had already done another one which was also main. If he has done that ritual, then only he can perform this ritual. If you have already done BSc, then only you can do MSc. So BSc, MSc stand at the same order. It's not that BSc is less important. To do MSc, you have to do BSc. Okay, to be Swamiji, you have to become Brahmachari first. So first ritual is required, then this first Brahmachari ritual is required. There is a ritual to become a Brahmachari. Just now you cannot just become Brahmachari. There is a ritual through which, and there is a ritual to become sannyasi. Okay. So once you do that ritual, then only you can do this ritual. And both are important. You cannot say that Brahmachari is subsidiary only and sannyas is the main. It's not like that. Both are main. And to do the next one, first one is must. You should become Brahmachari, then you can become sannyasi. I hope. And one who has become Brahmachari, he alone can become sannyasi. It's not that sannyasi, somebody else will become Brahmachari. I have not become Brahmachari, I have straight away become sannyasi. It's not like that. Brahmachari ashram, one has to go through, then only he can go to sannyas ashram. I hope these 3 points are clear. Okay, then what you want to say? If any one of these conditions is there, so one person, what is the rule now coming out? That is called ek kartrikatva niyamat. So there is the niyam of one doer only. One doer is continuing the ritualistic portion. Achha. And therefore, once you prove this, then many rituals cannot be done simultaneously. Many rituals cannot be done simultaneously. 2 things you cannot combine because one kartrikatvam cannot do this simultaneously in all the 3 cases. This is what I wanted to say. And therefore, ek kartrikatvam proves kramatvam. So there has to be sequence. There has to be sequence. Now, why you are saying so many things? What order should be there among them, that is another thing. Among the rituals, which is first, second, then it is there. Now he says, now Bhashyakar comes, do we have any of these three conditions? Any of these three conditions to prove that Purvamimamsa and Uttarmimamsa should be done in order? Because Uttarmimamsa, you only said it has to be same person should be doing. If the same person is doing the one who has studied Purvamimamsa, he alone should be doing the Uttarmimamsa Adhyan. Then out of what conditions of these three you have? What my point? Didn't get. Because moment you say that after this has to be done, same doer has to be there, then is it ek pradhan sheshatvam or shesheshitvam or adhikrit adhikaratvam? Between Purvamimamsa and Uttarmimamsa, is there any condition fitting that you can say Uttarmimamsa is main and then Purvamimamsa is subsidiary? How can you put these two together if you say these two things have to be done one after another? Then what are the conditions? Because only three possibilities are there. Between Purvamimamsa and Uttarmimamsa, neither ek pradhan sheshitvam is there, neither shesh sheshitvam is there, and neither adhikrit adhikaratvam is there. It is not that to study Uttarmimamsa you have to do many rituals. This is shesh pradhan, ek pradhan shesh. Or it is not that one has to be done, one is subsidiary and then only Uttarmimamsa can be studied. And it is not that one is main and after coming through Purvamimamsa, then only Uttarmimamsa can be done. This is not what is there. I hope you are understanding what is said. This is three conditions are not there. If three conditions are there, nobody will understand. Because you cannot. There is no order between Purvamimamsa and Uttarmimamsa. There is no ek kartrikatvam, that this person who has studied Purvamimamsa alone can go through Uttarmimamsa. There is no sequence, there is no kram. Okay. Otherwise, what will be there? Well, first you should do so many. If I say ek pradhan sheshatvam, then you have to do many subsidiary rituals, and then only you can study. But you don't need any ritual. We need not do any ritual. First thing, Shruti never says like that. None of the Shruti has said that you have to perform ABCD rituals, then you study the Vedas or Vedanta. None of the Shruti has said one is subsidiary ritual, then you come to study Vedanta. Neither any Shruti has said this is important ritual and then you study. And therefore, ek kartrikatvam between Purvamimamsa and Uttarmimamsa is not shraut and not yukt. Neither it is said in the Vedanta, neither it is logical also. Why not? Neither it is anubhuti siddha also. Any person can tad vijnanartham guru meva vigachet. What condition has been mentioned, as I said, pariksha lokan karmachitan brahmana nirvedamaya na asti akrita kritena. If Bhagwan, the central theme of Bhagavad Gita is the knowledge of the self. When knowledge of the self was mentioned, none of the condition Bhagwan saw in Arjuna. That what rituals you have done earlier, then only I will tell you about Vedanta. He only saw that he has adhikar. Nahi prapashyami mamapanudyad yat shokamushoshanam indriyanam. This is vairagya in him. This is vairagya in him. Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam is Sat Sampatti and Shraddhainim. And Mukshat is there. And he has Vivek also. So he started. If you see in Brihadaranyaka also, the teacher who is teaching the Vedant, he is not asking, have you done these rituals and then only I will come. Like when you apply for PhD, immediately they will say, have you done MSc? Well, no, I have done only metric. Get out. You do first metric, BSc, MSc, then you come here. You cannot just do like that. Straight away, how can you do PhD? You cannot do PhD. Well, first complete, do BSc honors, then MSc you do. Then you can choose your subject in PhD. You got my point. So that are very important aspect. So that is called Adhikrit Adhikar Sambandha was there. Or Sheshi Sambandh is there. Well, you have to do PhD. Well, yes. Then you have to have some guide with you. Some guide you have to choose. Somebody should make you do the PhD. You say, no, he has done under him. So then somebody has to be there. Some professor has to be there, under whom you do PhD. So first thing is subsidiary is required. You have to choose somebody. So here such conditions are not there in Vedanta. And therefore, what do you want to say? Ath cannot mean Purmimamsa Anantaram. Because if you say Anantaram, I had put 4 faults. First was Vibhichar dosh. And this is Ek Kartrikam dosh. This dosh is that one person should do something, then only he can understand Vedanta. But our experience says that we can understand even if you have not done certain rituals, then you do that. Like marriage is there. Marriage, there are many rituals. Here they do not do. But if you go to South India, lot of rituals are there. And there is a sequence, first this ritual, then this ritual. You cannot just do like this. There is a sequence involved in that ritual. Here, sometimes there's like haldi is there. So haldi has to be preceded by the main marriage. There's some, here very diluted form has come. But if you want to see the rituals there, it's elaborate rituals. 3 days rituals are there, especially in South India. 3 days, 2-3 days, the Kanyadan, this, that. And you cannot say, no, I will do the last one only, not the first one. You cannot do like that. You have to go through that. That is a subsidiary ritual has to be there. I think in haldi they put haldi in the boy's body, I think. And then that is one ritual is there. You cannot say, no, we will have haldi, we didn't have, we'll later on, after marriage we can do haldi. So that is not there. After marriage you cannot do. That is a subsidiary ritual for the main marriage. You cannot jump like that. Similarly, in studying Purmimamsa, if Uttar Purmimamsa was the prerequisite, if both are sequential, so one Kartrukam, then 3 conditions have to be satisfied, and none of the condition is neither Shraut nor Yukt. Shraut means neither it is told in the Shruti, neither it is logical also. It is not logical also. Okay? It is not drisht also. It is not necessary. Gurudev did not do any such rituals to go and study from Taponji Maharaj. Or Taponji didn't go through all the rituals to study or to know the knowledge of the self. So this is called Anubhut is not there. There is no Ved Praman and there is no Yukti. Now this is called the description of Atha. So Atha, therefore to Purmimamsa Bhashyakar said, Atha does not mean Anantaram. If you see what I explained, see in that page 32, page 32, I am just taking one line. Yathacha Hriday Adi अवदानानाम आनंतरनियम कर्मस्य विवक्षत न तथा यह क्रमः विवक्षितः। फुल स्टॉप। शेष शेषित्वे अधिकृत अधिकारे वा प्रमाण अभावात्। सेम थिंग। अब he wrote it, it's a technical word. Thinking we all know everything, but we did not know anything. Therefore it takes time. And see, earlier what I mentioned is said here, dharma brahma jigyasayoho phala jigyasa bhedacha. Which three bhed which I mentioned, abhyuday phalam dharma jnanam taccha anushthan apekshakam nishreyas phalam tu brahma vijnanam na anushthan anantara apekshakam. See, bhavyascha dharmo jigyasya na jnana kale asti. Bhavya means something which I will get later on. पुरुष व्यापार तंत्रत्वात्। ई मीन्स ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा। तो भूतम, भूतम मीन्स अस्ति, है, व्हाट इज ऑलरेडी देयर। ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा नित्यत्वात् न पुरुष व्यापार तंत्रम। देन प्रवृत्ति आई सेट, देन सी चोदना प्रवृत्ति भेदाच। इन द पूर्व मीमांसा प्रवृत्ति इज देयर, डू दिस, एंड हियर इट इज प्रवर्तकम, एंड हियर इट इज निवर्तकम। आई होप this point is little clear. Again you read Bhashya and Bhashya will become more clear. Now Purmima, the Purupaksh raises one more point. What Purupaksh says, this is in Ratna Prabhatika. He says that there is Ved Pramanam to Purv, to prove that Purmimamsa is compulsory for study of Vedanta. I will show you later on, but let me first tell, then you will be clear. Purupaksh is saying that I can say, you are saying that there is no Ved Pramanam, I can say that there is a Veda Pramanam. Lecture. What Ved Pramanam is there? Ved Pramana is in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is there, and in Jabalo Upanishad is there. Sure. So, in it is said here, tamitam vedanu vachanena brahmanaha vividishati yagyena danena tapasa. Well, to know that the Brahman should go to yagya, dan and tapasya. Yagya means brahmacharya ashram, dan means grahastha ashram, and tap means vanaprastha ashram. Achha? So one should go through 3 ashramas, and then only he should go to sannyas. He should not jump. He should not take a very high jump. That is, straight away he should go. Oh, achha. See how you are hearing the society's voice. And not only this, I can quote Jabalopanishad also. Well, what is Jabalopanishad says? Well, Jabalopanishad says, Brahmacharya samapya grahi bhavet. See page 32. In page 32, and where Nanu word is coming, 4th line from the bottom. Nanu word is there. He said one should become brahmachari, then he should become grahast. Brahmacharya samapya grahi bhavet. Phir grahi vanet. Vani means vanaprasth. For grahast should become vanaprasth. And vani bhutva pravrajet. Pravrajet means sannyas. After vanaprasth, he should just take to sannyas. So therefore, what I want to say is 3 ashrams are mandatory and compulsory. It is not optional. It is mandatory that you should go to 3 ashrams. So what you want to say? I want to say, if 3 ashram is there and grahastha ashram is karma pradhan, that means again Purmimamsa you have to do it. If you have to do rituals, then you have to know Purmimamsa. And if you are going to Vanaprastha ashram, which is Upasana Pradhan, so one again has to go through Purvimamsa. So to do the karma in Grahastha ashram an upasana in Vanaprastha ashram, you should go through a process of Purmimamsa. And therefore, in short, I have to conclude that Purmimamsa is required to go through Brahma Jigyasa. He said, see, you choose that quotation which suits you. People are very clever. They choose that particular line which suits them. And they don't take the whole picture. They don't take the whole picture. Whatever suits their own liking, their own disliking, that they cull from here and there. Never have this bad habit. The very bad habit. This is called cheating. This is called chhal. This is called chhal. In Bhagavad, in Ramayana, or from any Gurudev's book, I pick up one line. What I wanted to know. Every statement should be seen from what is the difference before that and after that. This is not a good habit to do so. Got my point? What I am saying? He did like that. And this is how sometimes those who want to refute our scriptures, they bring out something like that. That see, this is a contradiction in this line is there. They say Gita has a lot of contradictions. What is there? At one place Bhagavan says Swadharme Nidhanam Shreya. Other places says Sardharman Parityajya. He said like that. They don't understand that Swadharme Nidhanam Shreya is a portion said in reference to Karma Yoga. Sardharman Parityajya is reference to sannyas. That reference is different in both. And if you have not studied Gita and you are just a layman, you will be totally get more confused. By what to say? He will show you. Supposing you have not studied Gita, you have just become brahmachari or sannyasi. There are many sannyasis who don't study. And they are not a light for because they are confused. Now if anybody missionary comes or somebody, he says, see your Gita, what is there? Now you are confused now. Now what will you say? If you have not gone through, because his attempt is to belittle it. His attempt is not to go for knowledge. His attempt to prove everything is wrong in your religion only. This is how they come with their books. They only work, they do some research in that manner to cut us. If you have gone through the process from the Guru Parampara, then you can say 1 minute. Not like that. So Swadharme Nidhanam Shreya is the one who is practicing to get out of his vasanas. You practice a certain specified work for you. And Sardharman Parityajya is the one who does not have any vasanas. This is for the Jnanyogadikaris there. So to Arjun Bhagwan said Swadharme Nidhanam Shreya, and for Gopis it was Sardharman Parityajya. To Gopis he did not say you should practice the Swadharma of a wife. To Uddhavji it was Sardharman Parityajya. So for the sannyasi he leaves all the dharma. All the dharma means all the kartrutva he has left. Okay? So don't try to choose something and pick it, and some people are great. They send to me also. They sent to me some line of Gurudev, supposing he has said something. They sent to me that, see, Gurudev has said like that. As if I don't know. Self-fulfillment I have read 25 times when I was in class 12th. Kindle Life 10 times. Hasten Slowly at least 10 times. Because it suited me, therefore I took it. I'll tell you. Supposing, it is said you should sleep for 8 hours. So I can bring you some papers from doctors. He said, you should not get up early, you should sleep at least for 8 hours. The latest research shows, I can bring it for you now. Then other will come, you should have intermittent eating. After 2 hours you should eat something. Third will bring up, I will bring another paper that have intermittent fasting for 12 hours fasting. I will bring another website I will give you. Whatever suits my like, I'll present. I'll bring Swami Shivananda also in that. I'll bring Nisargadatta Maharaj also. Whatever suits me. That you should not work, you should be in meditation most of the time. I'll pick up from Raman Maharshi. We don't know for whom what was said, in who was the person in front of him. So without any head and tail, we start quoting anywhere. Not my word. Then somebody will bring out, Naam jap only do, no sadhana is required. He picked out that portion and showed to me. Do only Naam jap is there. Then another will come up, bole Naam jap, just be in meditation. Then third will come up, we should not live with the Guru for a long time. Lo, he brought on. We should become independent, otherwise become very dependent. 2-3 days back somebody told like that. So they pick up and they never do this, please, never do this, at least. Be deadly honest when you are talking about scriptures. I cannot follow, that is my problem. But don't try to bend the principles. Okay, once I was going in a train, one person said, well, you are a brahmachari. I was in India. The brahmachari said, well, brahmachari is not possible. Our medical science says that brahmachari is not possible. Lo. He was a doctor. From Jaipur to Indore I was. Medical science he started proving from his own chromosome and he started saying like that. I said, but I am brahmachari, you can see I am possible. But no, brahmachari is not possible. It is unbiological to become a brahmachari. Lo. It is not right to become a brahmachari. You are killing your instincts by becoming brahmachari. He didn't agree. So whatever the frog in the well, he only sees that much only. He can't see more than that. That there are bigger rules are there, bigger sadhanas are there, bigger ways are there. Why you are thinking this is the only way? So similarly, now this person of Purvamimamsa quoted like that. Now therefore you have to be well read. Now see, he said, you said no, after this brahmachari you should become grahas, then you should become vanaprasthi. You are quoting half. Bole, why? In the same Upanishad it is said later on, Athva. Bole, what is written? Athva. Athva, what is written? Please see, Jabali 4th Upanishad, last line. Brahmacharyad eva pravrajit. Yad ahare virajet tad ahare pravrajit. This is a very famous line. The day you are dispassionate, that day you can take sannyas. It is not required that you have to go through all ashramas. You got set. Last line. Brahmacharyad eva pravrajit. Underline that. Actually, you will have some. And there only it is said, see, I will show you. Well, but why the Shruti is saying like that? Arey bhai, what other persons has gone the purity of mind after doing rituals or karma yoga, he already has it. He has it already. So he need not go through all the processes. It will be injustice to him to make him also go through all processes. It will be not right to prescribe one rule for everybody. He already has gone through processes, so he need not go. Okay. See what is written here. First line of 33rd chapter. See the first page. In the Ratna Prabha Tika. I think I had made you underline. Etad uktam bhavati. Yadi janmantara krit karmabhihi shuddham chittam tada brahmacharyad ev sanyasya brahma jigyasitavyam. Got it? You already are pure-minded. Why should you go through the process of marriage, etc.? You will feel fruitless. Already my mind is dispassionate. Yadi janmantara krit karmabhihi shuddham chittam tada brahmacharyad ev sanyasya. First line. First. Sanyasya brahma jigyasitavyam yada na shuddhamiti ragin gyayate tada grahi bhavet. If one has lot of attachment, lot of joy, he wants the joy of son, daughter, grandson, money, fame, then you can go through the normal route. Tatha api ashuddhi vani bhavi. Still you are not pure, then you can go to vanaprastha. Tatha api ashuddhau tathaiva kalam akaled vane shuddhau pravrajet. And therefore this is a very famous line. Yad ahare virajet tad ahare pravrajet. Fourth mantra. Very, very popular line of sannyasis especially. Fourth line is there of the Ratna Prabha Tika. The day you feel you are dispassionate, that day you are fit for sannyas. Well, why? Because life is very short. Life is very short. Somebody says, I want to donate. So I don't say, okay, donate later on. Because supposing he passes away, then he will miss a punya. And we'll miss a donation. At least some good sankalp has come, you don't know. Tomorrow his good sankalp may be there, may not be there. If you are thinking, I am doing some anushthan, you continue that. So, it is like that. So, therefore, it is not required that Purmimamsa is compulsory for Vedantic studies. This is what I have to say. Yes, this is what I have to conclude. Now this Purv Paksh became little more upset. He said, tell me one thing. What? You say karma and upasana is not compulsory, but sadhan chatushta is compulsory. Of course I say. But don't you understand that sadhan chatushta will not come without karma yoga and upasana? You are constantly harping on sadhan chatushta, vivek, vairagya. But considering our lives also, more we go to Vedanta, more we feel I should have done more karma, yoga, more upasana should have been done. Don't you feel what you are saying is not right? And therefore, in other words, if you say then sadhan chatushta is compulsory, you are indirectly, don't you say you are saying that Purmimamsa is also compulsory? Because without Purmimamsa, without going through Karma Yoga and Upasana, you can't have Sadhan Chatushta. And therefore that is compulsory to come into the Vedanta. So same thing I am saying, but you are not agreeing. You are just repeating Sadhan Chatushta, Sadhan Chatushta. So here the answer has been given. The answer is given, see, I am saying only this, don't make a thumb rule. Don't make it a thumb rule for all. Okay? You don't say that Purmimamsa or is compulsory for all. Majority it is. For majority it is. I am not refuting it. But there is a minority for which Purmimamsa is not compulsory. They can directly go to Brahma Vedanta classes. without going through any karma yoga, any upasana also. Well, how come? Because of the last birth. Tatra tam buddhi sanyogam labate parodehikam yatate cha tato bhuyah sansiddho kurunandana. 6th chapter has been said. Purvabhyasena tenaiva hriyate yavashopisa jigyasurapi yogasya shabda brahmati vartate. Jada Bharat was born. In his life number 1, he was a king. After becoming a king, he left the kingdom. Left family, left children, left wife. And you know where he went? He went to Nepal. Muktinath is a place where Shaligram, Gandaki river is there. He did tremendous upasana. And after doing lot of upasana, and during that time this deer episode happened. Deer. So he was reborn as a deer, born as a deer. But during that time also, because he had done lot of upasana, he remembered everything. And he continued, definitely he must be continuing his upasana. Third birth when it happens, first, second, you understand? Third birth he was not doing any upasana now. Neither he did karma yoga. He was very quiet. From the childhood only he was very quiet, very meditative, unaware of the surroundings, not playing with children, not going to school. His father tried to take him to the school. He couldn't chant Gayatri Mantra. He was not interested in any worldly things. Totally dispassionate. You give him good food, okay, not good food, okay. His father passed away, then they gave him, brothers took charge of him. He was totally not working anything. He has no desire to earn money. He has no desire to earn respect. He had no desire to have child, no desire to wife, no desire to get any importance. The normal person's project is ego expansion program. This is how he studied, why he studies, why he earns money. He had no desire. Now for him, if you prescribe a rule that you should again do it, it is foolishness. No? ये तो already करके आए हैं भाई, you have already done that. And therefore, I want to say, Ath Shabd will need what? Sadhan Chatushte Sampatti Anantaram. Don't put Purmimamsa. Don't put a rule for everybody. If you don't have sadhan chatushte, then of course you should do some upasana, you should do rituals. Please don't cut rituals. Don't have this bad habit of deriding rituals. People say, I don't believe in rituals. What do you know about the ritual? What do you know about the power of cleansing of the ritual, or power of upasana, power of karma yoga? What do you know about that? Because you don't know the importance and because you don't have belief in it, it doesn't mean thing is wrong. Because you don't know that how the electricity functions from the transformer, that doesn't mean the electricity is false. Okay? Because you don't like fruits, it doesn't mean fruit is bad. Some people don't like fruit at all. Fruit, well, I don't like fruit and salads, etc. It doesn't mean salad and fruit are bad things. Rather, that alone is important. So don't put a rule like that. That rituals I don't do, puja I don't do, japa I don't do. I'm action-oriented person. Action do. Whether it is karma yoga or not, I don't know. And then they will pick their own saints. Okay, see, Gurudev was so active. Did he do puja? Then they will pick their own examples. But he used to meditate. Very less he meditated. Now I'll pick up Ramana Maharshi. He used to sit quietly. No action he did. Now tell me about him. This is the hopping, jumping. Don't make any examples like that. Never he did any actions. Then other person will pick Swami Shivananda. See, she was writing lot of books. I should also write. Then somebody will pick Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. He was not adding anything. Just let us chant Lord's name only. Then somebody will Ramakrishna Paramahansa. Well, he was doing only puja. I should also do puja. ऐसे नहीं होता है. Don't imitate the saints. Okay, they have their own level, their own standards, their own past is there. Some were not living in the society also. They were living near Ganges totally. But they state, you are not fit to live near Ganges. Just do go and take bath in the tap and come back. Because you have vasanas, you have ego. It needs a field. You will become more stubborn person if you go there. You will become more crack. Already cracks are there. Your ego needs pounding. Society is good for that. Go and get yourself hit by the world. Likes and dislikes are there. Meditation is very last step is meditation and reclusive life. Okay. Arurukshor munir yogam karma karanam uchyate. And God will give you that chance. Leave your sadhana to the God. He knows where you are fitting in. So don't just pick up this, that. So ath means, see how, one thing you will learn, how to think properly when you go through bhashya, etc. How to think properly. How people misquote and jumble up the things. How they misquote. Yes. This is what the practice. Are you seeing how they change channels here and there then and make unnecessarily khichdi? That is not good. Or they read this book, that book. They don't know which time the book was written, who was the adhikari from that book, what is the qualified person was there, to whom that Swamiji was addressing, or what Swamiji has, what state was there, what was his prarabdha, what is my prarabdha, what is another person's prarabdha. We try to imitate something external. We don't want to make internal changes of purification of the mind, devotion to the God, dispassion, love for all, having egoless mind. That internal things I don't want to change. Surrender to their own gurus, or internal surrender to the Lord. The common thread which goes in all saints, that I don't take. That I don't take because that is a very difficult thing. Outer makeup is very easy. But see, they had no lust, they had no anger, they had no passion, they had no ambition. That, how they practice Gita, how they practice Ramayana, that I don't take. I will take what suits my particular nature. I will like that particular saint also. Other saint also I don't like. That particular guru also I like. I will go to him too because it suits my nature. It's not that question. Sureshwaracharya has written Vartik. And there he writes at one line, he said, I am writing a Vartik of Bhagavan Shankaracharya. Not because he was my guru, but because it is right. I am the seeker of truth. And if he also does not write something, I will put it. It is not right here. That insistence on the truth should be there. It is not the path of insistence on my own nature and my whims and fancies. See, therefore so much discussion. To conclude, At Shabd means sadhan chatushte sampatti anantaram. So what do you want to say? Directly sadhan chatushte anantaram. And indirectly, now tell me, indirectly what is he saying? Adhikari. Anubandh chatushte, I told you this was the linking slok. The very first day, if you remember that I said this is the link, this is not the main Brahma Sutra. Main sutras will come. This is the Anubandha Chatushtaya Shlok, main sutra is there. Therefore, other word indirectly indicates the Adhikari. And this completes the At Shabda Vichar. And now we will now see Ataha Shabda Vichar. Ataha. Athato. So Atha, after Ath comes Ataha. Atha means what? Atha means what? Therefore. Ab therefore includes therefore. You cannot start a sentence with therefore. Well, therefore I am going. He said, therefore why? What for? No, he has called me, therefore I am going. Now it is complete. You can't start a sentence with therefore. Oh, therefore I am laughing. Why you are laughing? You have to say that. So therefore indicates that there must be some cause. So Atha indicates there must be some cause. There must be some cause for Brahma Jigyasa. And what is that cause? We will see it tomorrow. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om.